Alright, thank you for coming to this video. Today I'm going to be handling some very interesting questions that some persons ask me. In this particular video, I will address the question of how do I know I have hypertension? You see, that is a very tricky question, alright? And don't skip this video if you're a young person. If you are maybe a teenager, or this video is never been. No, the person who actually asked this question was a teenager. Eventually, it happened that she had hypertension. So the problem is this: hypertension actually or usually doesn't have symptoms. It just comes like that, okay?
Oh my God.
And then sometimes when it happens like that without any known cause, it's usually referred to as primary hypertension. Usually if you have a relative, a parent, a sibling, or who has this hypertension, you should be careful you should do frequent checks, because you also increase your chances of having hypertension later in life.
What?
Then, however, some diseases are known to actually cause hypertension, like diabetes, like kidney disease, liver disease, or some other conditions can known to increase high blood pressure. Even pregnancy sometimes increase blood pressure. Those hypertension that are caused by something else are referred to as secondary hypertension. Now, the truth is this: usually when you treat the illnesses that cause hypertension, the hypertension usually resolves. So you see a person that, for example, hypertension was caused by pregnancy, sometimes the blood pressure goes back to normal after delivery. Some other times you see a person hypertension caused by kidney disease. As soon as they resolve that infection or that disease or that problem, you see the hypertension comes back. However, for primary hypertension, the person is healthy. There is no reason, there is no explainable reason why the blood pressure is increased. That was a condition or the case for this particular person who asked this question. So usually what we do is that the only way for you to know that hypertension or your blood pressure is high for real is just by checking. There is no symptom I can give to you here that can tick any box, because usually symptoms happen because of any reason. Any reason can make you have cold, any reason can make you have fever, any reason can make you be fatigued, any reason can make you lack sleep or lose sleep, and the rest. However, there are some symptoms that you may feel when you have hypertension. Remember, the word is may, it's capitalized M-A-Y, okay? It is not actually consistent with high blood pressure. So you can have headache, sometimes a slight headache, slight headache, sometimes you're unable to sleep very well, sometimes you can have increased palpitation, you can have palpitation, your heart beating very fast, you understand, sometimes you can have dizziness. Those are some symptoms that can come alongside hypertension, you understand. So ensure you check your blood pressure routinely. If you go for trainings, you go for symposiums, you go for outreaches. If you are a health personnel, if you are not a health personnel, if you are just a normal worker, you're just a student, you can walk into any pharmacy and ask for a blood pressure check, okay? And usually most pharmacies, I don't think I can remember anyone that I've ever worked that actually charged. All right, so they'll let you check your blood pressure for free, and it depends on the range you find yourself, they will advise you. However, any hypertension and any blood pressure figure that you get that is above 140/80 is a classical symptom of hypertension. Usually when you get a blood pressure reading around 130 to 140, and then you are told that you are actually in the pre-hypertensive state. Now, usually, when you're in the pre-hypertensive state, a lot can be done to prevent hypertension from going over to 140. You can change your lifestyle, you can change your food, you can change a lot of things that you do in order to ensure the blood pressure comes down, okay, or remains the way it is. So hypertension can be addressed, hypertension can be treated, but it cannot be cured. It can actually be managed over a long period of time, and then the person will lead a healthy and a normal life. So you see that if you want to really address hypertension, you change your lifestyle, you take away smoking, take away alcohol, take away drugs. All of those things will increase your chances of having hypertension. And then when you cut all of those things, ensure you increase your physical activity. One thing transitioning from being a teenager to maybe your 20s and your 30s is that we tend to reduce our going out, we tend to reduce our interaction, we tend to reduce our activity. You know, especially when you get a job, especially when you now have a car, you stop moving around, you stop playing football, you stop going to places, you just want to be indoors. All of those things accumulate over time, and then they affect our health in a negative way. So ensure you go out. Ensure if you're the kind of person that work in an office where you are seated all day, ensure you walk around. Then ensure you look for a distance where you have to walk to your office, at least, even if it's a 30 minutes or 1 hour walk. Try to introduce it to your activity, because it's going to help your health in the long run. So that is the best I can do for you for now. If you have any more questions, you can drop it in the comment section, and as I see them, I will address them individually. Thank you very much. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for this video. For more, subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you, and see you in my next video. Bye bye.